Welcome back to Success with Steven. My name is Steven Smith. On this channel, we discuss all things financial literacy. Today's video is extremely important if you're serious about protecting your credit profile while still stacking high limits. We'll be covering 65 Equifax only credit card pools and how you can potentially access well over $100,000 in available credit without impacting Experian or TransUnion. To be specific, this will be 51 credit cards, 10 store cards, and 4 secure cards. So no matter where you are in your credit card journey, there is something for everyone here. And if you want more specific data points, then I'll refer you to some of the videos that I have on these cards as we go through the list. Now, before we go any further, I want to set the right expectations. Credit bureau pools are not guaranteed. And I know some of you will jump through this video as I go through this list, but I implore you to watch this video all the way through at least once if possible. There are a few banks on this list that can pull other bureaus, but we can potentially force an Equifax credit pool by freezing TransUnion and Experian, and I will be pointing out which banks those are when I get to them. So I just wanted to get that out the way at the beginning so that it was disclosed for anyone that does try to jump through. Credit pools can also change based on your location, your profile, and bank's internal policies, and even the specific product that you're applying for. What I'm sharing with you today is based on consistent data points and real-world outcomes, but there will always be exceptions, and that's exactly why I created my free hard pull guide. If you have not downloaded that yet, then go to www.successwithstevensmith.com. It will be available for you to download, and once again, that will be for free. It's going to cover over 100 banks and credit unions, and it's going to show you which bureau they will most likely pull, and that includes Equifax, TransUnion, and also Experian. There will also be links down in the description for all the cards that we're going to review today. And with all that clarified, let's get right into the video. The first that I spoke about before, and this one is going to be the Sportsman Guide Buyers Club Rewards Visa card. Now, for this card, it's actually backed by Comenity Bank, which is a subsidiary of Bread Financial. Now, this is one of those cards I was talking about where it actually can pull either Experian or Equifax, but from what I've seen, you can force an Equifax pull if you freeze Experian. So I highly recommend that you freeze both Experian and TransUnion just to be safe. That should force an Equifax pool for this card. Now, there are a few benefits of this card. You can save up to 12.5%, including an impressive 7.5% off guns and ammunition on purchases made at Sportsman Guide when you open and use the Sportsman Guide Buyers Club Rewards Visa credit card. So if you're a hunter, if that's something that you're interested in, this card may actually benefit you and you may get some use out of it. You can also earn a $40 reward certificate good towards any Sportsman Guide purchase when you open and spend $500 outside of Sportsman Guide with your Sportsman Guide Buyers Club Visa credit card. So when it comes to this card, I would not say that it's for everyone. It is very niche, but if you do find that maybe this can benefit you, or if you just want to get qualified for this card because it does have a lower credit score requirement, then I highly recommend that you check it out. Next up on our list is PenFed Credit Union. Now, when it comes to this particular credit union, I do have an entire video that walks you through data points and everything else. I also have a tier list when it comes to their credit cards and how you can actually get qualified now. They have become a little bit more conservative, but there are things that you can do to qualify for their credit cards. So I recommend watching both of those videos if you want data points that are specific to PenFed Credit Union. However, it's pretty well known that PenFed will pull Equifax for their credit cards, and you can also see if you pre-qualify, so that's also good about this particular credit union. Now, PenFed Power Cash Rewards Visa Signature Card gives you 2% cash back on all purchases for PenFed Honors Advantage members. I talk about that in the video. I won't go into additional details, but you also get 1.5% cash back on all purchases. There is no annual fee. Now, if we take a look at the PenFed Pathfinder Rewards Visa Signature Card, on this one, you get 4x points on all travel categories. That's also for PenFed Honors Advantage members. You get 3x points on all dining categories, and then you also earn $800 in travel perks. And again, you can see if you pre-qualify for this, there is an existing welcome bonus offer if you're interested in that, but depending on the time that you're watching this video, this offer can change. Then we have the PenFed Platinum Rewards Visa Signature Card. 5x points on gas paid at the pump and EV charging stations. Then there's 3x points at the supermarket, including most Target and Walmart locations, which is actually pretty big. Some superstores, they don't actually include this on certain credit cards, which is why that's specified. You also get 3x points with restaurants and TV, radio, cable, streaming services. There's no annual fee on this card. There's also a nice welcome bonus as well. Last, we have the PenFed Gold Visa. On this one, you can get low APR on purchases for a certain period of time, and then that will expire. There's also a $1,000 maximum and annual cell phone protection benefit when you pay your monthly wireless bill with your PenFed card. This card also has no annual fee. Once again, 2 videos on this. If you want to see my latest one with that credit card tier, I recommend that you watch that. Once again, it goes over some pretty relevant information to qualify for their credit cards as of right now. Next, let's take a look at Langley Federal Credit Union, who is well known for pulling your Equifax credit report. If we scroll down here, we'll see their signature cashback Visa, and I'm not going to talk about all the rewards, but 3% back on gas, 2% back on groceries, 1% back on all other purchases. One of the main things that I like is that they show you the credit score right here that you need, so it's no guessing. You need a 640 or higher credit score. There is no annual fee. The APR is 18%. So again, very straightforward, very easy. If we scroll down here, we have the Platinum Quint Visa. This one also requires a 640 credit score or higher. Again, that will be with Equifax, and you can check out the rewards right here. Next, we have the Platinum Select Visa. This one also requires a 640 plus credit score, but on this card, you can get as low as 10.50% APR, so that is a benefit if you ever have to carry a balance. And last, we have the Platinum Essential Visa. Now, if your credit score is 639 or below, this would be the one that I would recommend. This card will help you establish your credit history. It'll help build your credit score, and it will also get your foot in the door for this credit union if you wanted to get any of their other credit cards. Now, if you would like me to do a full review on Langley Federal Credit Union, please let me know in the comments below. I haven't done a video on them yet, but I would be more than happy to do that. All right, that's 4 more cards down. Let's move on to our next bank. Next up, we have another Comenity Bank credit card. This is also a store card, and it's going to be the Ulta Beauty Rewards card. Now, if we scroll down, we can see that you get 2x points per dollar spent at Ulta Beauty. You also get 20% off your first Ulta Beauty purchase when you open and use your Ulta Beauty Rewards credit card. Now, this is another one that, again, I said you need to make sure that Experian and TransUnion, they're both frozen, and you should be able to force an Equifax credit pool. One other important thing that I'd like to note is that depending on your credit score will determine if you get the MasterCard or you get the store card version. If you don't want the store card, I don't recommend applying for this, because then that might be your alternative depending on your credit worthiness. And then if you don't shop at Ulta, like if there's really no point in you getting this, then there really wouldn't be any other benefit. It doesn't have an annual fee, and you can enjoy a welcome bonus when you get the credit card. But again, if you get the store card, then maybe just avoid this one altogether. Up next, we have NIH Federal Credit Union. Now, I have done an entire video on this credit union. I highly recommend that you watch that. I'll link that video here. Now, with this one, you can get credit limits up to $25,000 on their credit cards, and there are a few different options here, like the Visa Platinum card. Now, this is best if you have fair to good credit. Now, you can commonly carry a monthly balance on this card, and if you want to pay off debt faster, it probably has the lowest APR that you'll see on any other credit card when it comes to NIH Federal Credit Union. You'll receive 2.99% intro APR on balance transfers in the first 12 months. Then it goes to the standard variable APR, which is still pretty good if you get the lowest one, 11.99%. Then we have the Visa Signature Cash Rewards card. Now, this is best if you have good or better credit. And then if you want to maximize some rewards, then you can get 4% cash back in the first year on gas, groceries, utilities, EV charging, wholesale clubs, rideshare, and then it has 2.99% intro APR that will be on balance transfers in the first 12 months. then standard variable APR. They also have the Visa Signature Travel Rewards, again, best with good or better credit, and you get 3x reward points on travel, dining, gas, rideshare, taxi, and EV charging. Then you earn 1x on all other net purchases. This one has a 16.99% APR. Last, we have the Visa Platinum Secured Card, and this one is best if you're in the rebuilding phase. Now, the APR is okay, it's 12.99%, and the credit limits will be based on the deposit that you provide. Now, again, if you want to just get your foot in the door to work your way up to these other credit cards and get a $25,000 limit, this is an excellent place to start. So again, check out my full review on NIH Federal Credit Union if you want to get more data points. Now we're taking a look at another Comenity Bank credit card, and that's going to be the Caesars Reward credit card. They have two great cards that you can take a look at. One has an annual fee, the other one does not. There is a great welcome offer that you can look at, but really, when it comes to these cards, it really matters if you actually use Caesars. Now, you can earn credits per $1 spent, 7 if you do this at like a Caesars reward destination, 2 on dining, travel, entertainment, and then 1 everywhere else, 1 on cash advances. And that's going to be, of course, on the Prestige Visa Signature card. And then on the standard one, you get 5 at rewards destinations, you get 2 on dining and travel, and then 1 on everything else and 1 on cash advances. And there's no expiration on what you earn as long as you have 1 reward credit every 6 months. So once again, this is a very niche card. I mean, I live in Las Vegas. It kind of makes sense. There's Caesar's Palace, you know, right over here on the strip. So if need be, I could see some benefit for this card. But if that's not you, then it may not make sense. There are so many other Equifax pools that can possibly benefit you. So once again, if it doesn't really make sense, if you can't see yourself actually using this, then maybe you want to pass on this particular card. But I just wanted to make sure that I did let you know this one is available. If you do freeze TransUnion and Experian, you should be able to force an Equifax pool. Next up, we have Justice Federal Credit Union. They have 3 very good cards. I've done a recent video on this. I'll link that here, but you can look at the Visa Platinum card. This one is very good. You earn reward points on everyday purchases, and you can redeem this for travel, airfare, name brand merchandise, and a lot more. There's also their cashback card, the Visa Signature card. You earn 1.5% cash back on every purchase. And then last, they have the Student Visa, and you can earn rewards on everyday purchases for travel, airfare, name brand merchandise, and a whole lot more. There's also 0% APR on each of these cards for 12 months. That's phenomenal. And then there's also a very low APR on this particular card, the Visa Platinum. The next one, it has a low APR of 13.65% to, of course, 18%, and then last 16.90% non-variable APR. So it guarantees this one will have the highest. So if I did have to say which 2 cards I think you should look at, it is the Visa Platinum and the Visa Signature. You could also get both cards, and you can get $40,000 in a credit limit for each of these. So I highly recommend that you check these out. Again, watch my video if you want a full review on this credit union. Next, we have Dover Federal Credit Union. They have 2 cards that you can look at. The first one is their cashback credit card, where you can get 2% back on everyday purchases. Then they also have their Advantage credit card with a low variable APR of 9.99%. I mean, that's pretty good for a standard variable APR. Now, Dover Federal Credit Union is very well known for pulling Equifax. I have not done a review on this credit union before. If you would like to see that, please let me know in the comments below. I think I may have had like one video where I mentioned them, but a lot has changed with this credit union. So I should do an update where I actually talk about their new credit cards and features in a lot more detail. But once again, for the purpose of this video, just know that they will be pulling your Equifax credit report. Next up, we have USAA. Now, this is a great place to get credit cards. I highly recommend that you do so. You will need to have a military affiliation, but it's actually pretty much the same as Navy Federal. You can become a member if you have someone who already is using USAA, or if you have a family member, spouse, step parent, anything like that that's currently in the military, you can become a member through them. Now, let's talk about these credit cards. There's the USAA Rate Advantage Visa Platinum credit card, 0% intro APR for 15 months on balance transfers, but there is variable standard APR of 10.40% to 24.40%. Now, if we keep scrolling down, they have the Cashback Rewards Plus American Express credit card. Once again, I won't go over all the details here. If you want a full video on this particular bank, please let me know. If we keep scrolling down, they have the Preferred Cash Rewards Visa Signature credit card, earn 3% cash back on qualifying purchases for your first year. And then if we scroll down, they have the USAA Eagle Navigator Visa Signature credit card. And then they also have another Rewards Visa Signature credit card, but for this one, you actually earn points on dining, gas stations, and other purchases. And then for our last category here, there are two secured credit cards. There's the USAA Secured Visa Platinum credit card. There's also the USAA Secured American Express credit card. So there are some options here for, great credit, fair credit. Even if you're trying to rebuild, there is an option here for you with USAA, and they are well known for pulling Equifax. Once again, there will need to be a military affiliation for you to join this bank. And last on our list, we have Citibank. And for Citibank, this is again one of those tricky ones, but I just recently got approved for a brand new business card with Citi. I went ahead and froze my Experian credit score, and I was able to force an Equifax pull. So I highly recommend that you follow that same step in order for you to actually get an Equifax pull with their credit cards. But from what I've seen, if you freeze that Experian report, you should be able to force that Equifax pull. But again, it can also depend on where you're located. Now, if we scroll down, there are so many cards. I'm not going to go over each of the benefits. I have an entire video where I talk about Citibank. I'll link that video right here. If you want to see a full review on everything Citibank, watch that video. You also get some data points there as well. Now, there is the Citi A Advantage Platinum Select card. You also have the Citi Diamond Preferred credit card. There's also the new card, the Citi A Advantage Globe card. There's a Citi Strata Elite card, which I've talked about in a few different videos. Then there's the Citi A Advantage Executive card, the Citi Strata card, the Citi Simplicity credit card, the Citi Double Cash credit card, the Citi Strata Premier card, the Costco Anywhere Visa card by Citi, the Citi A Advantage Business card, the Citi Custom Cash card, and I also have these business cards. I should make a full review on those cards, and again, I was able to force that Equifax pull. And then if we scroll down here, there's the A Advantage Mile Up card, the AT&T Points Plus card from Citi. If you do have AT&T, you might want to consider getting this card. There's the Costco Anywhere Visa Business card. I just got this card recently. Then there's the Citi Secured MasterCard. So if you're rebuilding your credit, this is a secured card. I actually talked about this in my secured credit cards video. I'll probably link that here as well. I may not be able to link all the videos, but if not, go to my YouTube channel, click the magnifying glass to search my videos, and just look up secured credit cards. You'll find that video. Now, if we keep scrolling down, there's also the My Best Buy credit card. That is a Visa and Store card. So again, it can vary. I can't say which one you'll be approved for. So just know if you're comfortable with getting the Store card, you can maybe force that Equifax credit pool. Then there is the Macy's credit card. There is the Bloomingdale's credit card. There is the TSC credit card, the LL Bean MasterCard, the Dillard's credit card, the ExxonMobil Smart Card, which is not a credit card. It is just used for just ExxonMobil. There's also the Pro Extra credit card. Once again, it's only a credit card that can be used at Home Depot. Then there is the Wayfair credit card. This one is a MasterCard and Store card. And then there's the Goodyear credit card, which in this case is only for Goodyear. Now, for these co-branded card options, I will say it's a little bit easier for you to get qualified if you want to get into that Citibank ecosystem. So So if you're having any issues, you have the secured card option. You also have any of these co-branded cards that you can take a look at. And even if you get approved for the store card, if you use it properly and then you increase your Equifax credit score, remove any derogatory marks, you might be able to eventually go up to some of their more premier credit cards that have good benefits, good cashback offers, good welcome bonuses. So if you're interested in that, I highly recommend refer back to that Citi video. I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. We have just covered over 65 credit cards that you can possibly get an Equifax pull on. Now, if you take nothing else from today's video, just remember this: credit building at a high level is not random, it's structured, it's intentional, and it is strategic. By deliberately targeting Equifax friendly issuers, you give yourself more room to maneuver across your full credit profile. That flexibility becomes extremely valuable as you pursue larger approvals or premium cards and even business funding opportunities. If you want a list of business credit cards that pull from Equifax, then just drop part 2 down in the comments below. That way I know that you want to include that in your strategy and I can make a video on that. And also make sure you download that free hard pull guide. I made that so the information can be shared, and also like this video. That way YouTube will show it to more people and they can get this information. If you have personal data points from your own applications, then please share them below, because the community will become stronger when we pull real information together. I appreciate you for being here. I appreciate you for taking the time to watch this video, and I will see you in the next one. And as always, you guys have a wonderful day.